Then you got off to a school start. And then you get anything on from there.
Yeah, I mean, they were the aggressor, from start to finish. I mean, we got off to a fairly decent start in terms of the way the scoreboard was, but I didn't really particularly like the way we were playing to start the game. We just happened to make a few more shots than they did. I thought, they were the aggressor in terms of their defense, them driving the ball, playing downhill, just everything. I thought they were the aggressor. We had, I think, 12 turnovers in the first half. I thought our ball movement was not very good. I think we had 10 assists on the game. And I think that you give them credit because I thought their physicality and the way they blew things up and, made it really, really challenging on our backcourt. Obviously DeMar had an incredible game and tried to do everything he could to keep us close. But we just didn't play well enough on either end of the floor to, overcome the halftime deficit and the hole we dug ourselves. Because I think with maybe like 7 minutes to go, it was 31-30 or 32-31. And I think they closed out the rest of that quarter on like a 26-6 run that put us down, whatever it was, 15. So, yeah, we did not play well enough.
How hard is it to generate offense? You're missing so many guards on the perimeter right now. How hard is it? You only got 9 guys and can get into your offense and get some threats going from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I look at things maybe a little bit differently. I think, Orlando and us, both teams wanted to win the game. Both teams wanted the result, but there's 48 minutes, in between that to get a result, and listen, Alex was on a minute restriction against Milwaukee and he played 23 minutes and he's a valuable piece. I'm not taking anything away from him, but the same group of guys were there too. I think there's things that we can control. I've always said this, and you may get beat by a better team, but the things that we needed to control, we just did not do a good enough job controlling, in my opinion. And, I can sit there and talk about, who's not playing, but for the guys that are playing, how well can we manage and handle the things that we can take care of? And I did not think that we did a good enough job on either end of the floor. And again, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that they were just, I think, physically the aggressor from start to finish. Mm-hmm. Yep.
How do you overcome that?
We could be better. I don't think there's any question about that. These guys are a great group of guys. These guys have worked hard. We've dealt with a lot of different things, as have a lot of other teams. But it's everything, I think it's a great learning experience for Io. I think if you look at, Suggs is out for a while, but like he's had his ups and downs. He's had to go through it, as a rookie. Io, is going to have to go through it, but I don't think I didn't. At one point, I don't know if it finished up. I don't think either one of our backcourt players had an assist in the entire game. Like how do you impact the game? Besides making a shot or different things that you can control. It's just the backcourt. I thought there was times where we didn't really have a lot of resistance at the basket. Enough resistance there. I thought physically when we tried to get into offense, they blew screens out and were physical with us and knocked us off spots and knocked us off areas. And I think those are things that we can do a better job of. We can play better in those areas, in my opinion. And again, I don't want to take anything away from Orlando. I thought that they deserved the win. They earned the win and they did all the things that were necessary to get the result that they probably wanted at the end of 48 minutes.
Sticking by ultimate play. What do you need as game right? Stay in the game, make sure you keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he didn't shoot the ball particularly well. The hard part, I think, for Vooch tonight, in my opinion, was the fact that he picked up 2 fouls, in the first quarter. And I took him off a little bit earlier than normal. He obviously fouled out of the game tonight. I think when you're a big guy and you're in pick and roll coverage and you're a big guy and you're at the rim and you got fouls, you're probably going to try to at least stay away from being overly aggressive and picking up another one, right? So I think some of that probably contributed to it. That's just my thought being out there. I think the fouls for him in the first quarter, were probably something that, again, defensively at the rim in pick and roll, we all could have been better, in those areas. But I think, as a front court player, as a big, when you get fouls, it's, you're trying to manage that, because listen, does us no good to have him on Vooch on the bench, and he had some fouls, but that's not helping us. So, he didn't shoot the ball great. That's part of the game. But I do think, and I've said this before, his ability to rebound, his ability to rim protect, his ability to facilitate pass. There's a lot of things that he does besides score the basketball. And I think those things are always, really, really incredibly impactful to our team. But again, I think we all got to help each other. We all got to help each other. It's 5 guys out there working together on defense. It's 5 guys out there working together on offense. It's sharing the ball and moving the ball. And it's, helping and recovering and closing out and having each other's backs. And there was, I think, too many of those situations where we just didn't do a good enough job on either end of the floor, at a high enough level with the way they were and their aggressiveness.